But the reality is, it doesn't work like that. It's a process. And so I guess I need to pray, and I'm going to do that too, for God to help me to be patient with me, but help me to be real with Him and transparent and vulnerable and all the rest of the things that I'm telling y'all, because we really need the help of God. We can't make it without Him. And don't let Satan deceive you or trick you into believing that God just gave up on you. You just unsavable. Like don't let him make you believe that. A lot of us have bought the lie, like this is, and nothing I can do about it. Jesus can't fix me and all that other stuff. Don't believe that. He can. Just because he doesn't immediately deliver you. And there's even Bible passages in the Bible where Paul said he asked God 3 times to remove something out of his life that kept causing him to stumble. And God told him no. Imagine that. Imagine God telling you, no, I'm not taking that away from you. I'm going to use what's wrong with you to fix you. And we don't understand that level of wisdom. How are you going to use what's wrong with me to help me? And he told Paul this: I'm going to take what's weak about you, and I'm going to show you how strong and great I am. It's almost like what I said, how God puts himself as a mirror against what's wrong with you. He'll let you see how great and messed up you are and how big that is to you. Then he'll show you his greater. And then you'll look at his greater and realize, oh my God, God is greater than that? Wow. And that'll make your heart move toward him and make your heart trust more in him and understanding his capacity. Like understanding that God is magnified. He's bigger. He's bigger than anything and everything. If God thought for 1 second that you couldn't be saved by him, he would have never came. He God. He know the future to pay all that. If he thought your sin was so much that he couldn't handle it, he would have never even wasted his time even save you in the first place. Why? Why make the investment? Why make the investment? God is a businessman too. He don't do that. He knew, and he was so confident in his love that he had for us that he like, I got you. Before it's all said and done, the Bible says that we should be confident in this one thing, that he which has begun a good work in us will perform to the day of Jesus Christ. There's something about God that he like, I'm not about to let myself, I'm not about to start something that I'm not going to finish. I'm like that, so I know he much more like that. God started something in you, he going to finish it. I don't care how it look, what it sound like. God will raise people up from the dead. If you ain't dead yet, that means there's hope. God can raise you up out of anything you in. Don't let nobody tell you different. Stop listening to everybody. Stop listening to everything. Stop allowing these voices in your head. Some of y'all got social media all in y'all brain and too many voices. Only listen to what the Spirit of God is saying to you, and the Word will minister to you, okay? Don't feel like you got to be somebody that you're not. If you got to struggle, whatever your struggle is, and I don't care what it is, nobody's in a position to send you to hell or heaven. You need to get right with Jesus and talk to him and kick it with him, because he's a real person and he loves you beyond anything you can think of. Now, this is what I want to say to you. When I came home from prison, I was riding the bike going back and forth to work for like about a year. I ended up getting a little hoopty. Cost me about $300-400. I had no insurance on it, but I was driving it because I needed to get back and forth work, and I was trying to get my life together. And I grew up with that, so I was okay. I come from a little cell. I was in a little small 6x9 for 17 years. So anything bigger than that I had no complaints. I didn't have any qualms about that. I wasn't spoiled or ruined, and because I grew up the way I grew up, I didn't have no standard of living, so to speak. I'm like, I'll accept anything, but also in my head, I'm thinking like I want to do better. So I want it better for myself and for my children and for my life and all that because of where I come from. And so I remember when I got out of prison, riding the bike, ended up getting the car. Then I ended up, by the grace of God, like about 2 years home. I ended up getting married. I ended up getting a Tahoe, a nice Tahoe, real nice truck. And I was like, I'm blessed because, imagine you, I did all this when I came home from nothing. I don't know how I did it, by the grace of God. I know how I did it, but I don't know how I did it. You get what I'm saying? God just made it happen for me. Started giving me favor with people. The church assisted me in the greater grace and the capacity they assisted me. You know what I'm saying? Which wasn't a really like great significant help, but it helped a little bit. Every little bit counts. And I don't want to take nothing away from Bishop Ellis and Pastor Arlene or whatever, because they blessed my soul and they helped me out You know what I'm saying? Every little bit counts, but it wasn't enough to sustain me, but it helped. You get what I'm saying? Even with the guidance and stuff like that and the wisdom and all that, but by the grace of God, he started putting people around me that really can help me even with my mind and stuff like that. And as I grew and I was working like 3 jobs. I was getting it in because I knew I was aware that I was far behind and on every level. Like, you had young people out here that were 21.